what do these people, what search terms and phrases or keywords, whatever you want to call it, these people who are in pain using to find a dentist? So that's the first strategy that I want to touch on. So as all of us know, today, when we need something, whether it's, dental services, or whether it's helping our child with homework, or whether it's, finding a great restaurant to go to eat a certain type of food, we start by Googling that topic. We start by typing in what we need in that moment. So for example, with regards to emergency patients, they might type in something like emergency dentist near me, emergency dentist, city name, emergency dentist, zip code. I'm in pain, dentist near me. And the funny
Let's
thing
remember, now we talk about keywords, I think is something everybody recognizes, keywords, and we tend to think of a word, right?
Right.
But there's also key phrases. And you just described some key phrases. Those are a chain of words that people use. The other thing that's important to remember is that the public doesn't necessarily use the same words that we would use in dentistry, because they don't know the things that we know. So they don't necessarily use the same words. Like for example, Naren, I'll just go off topic for a minute for an example. I don't believe anybody in dentistry would ever refer to a crown as a cap. I don't believe any dentist or dental team members would use that term. Right. But the public often does, right? Just because they don't necessarily know the other words. So let's talk about some other words or phrases that might be more in the public realm than would be, say, in the professional realm of a dentist or team member. What are some other keywords that might fall more in the kind of words or phrases the public would use when it comes to emergency?
Absolutely. And there are around 30, 40 different combinations of these keywords. And I'm just going to give you parts of those keywords. Like, for example, a key phrase will have the two words emergency dentist and maybe the city name and the phrase near me and a zip code and the county name. So you could create different combinations of keywords by kind of merging these different things together. Another phrase that's used a lot is same day dentist, same day dentistry, because the patient is thinking, I need someone who can see me today. Like sometimes I even see the word dentist today, like it's crazy. Like that's not how a dentist would think, but that's kind of how patients are thinking.
I need a dentist now.
I need a dentist now, dentist today, and they go to Google and because they're so used to, we use Google 6 billion times a day. They're so used to, trusting that Google can answer any of their needs, answer any of their questions. So they just start typing whatever their need is in that moment. Pain is a big word,
I'm in pain.
I'm in pain, dentist. Toothache, another word that's used a lot because that's what they know how to describe. Toothache, dentist near me, or toothache, something near me. So we don't really try to guess these keywords as much as we rely on Google. Google provides tools as part of Google Analytics to tell us exactly what these 30, 40 different phrases are related to, patients, emergency patients.
So this can become very scientific,
yes,
as opposed to what we just think people might choose.
100%. And the beauty of Google Analytics is it'll tell us this particular keyword was typed in your neighborhood 39 times in the last 30 days. The other phrase was typed in 47 times. So then we can even be smart about which phrase to work on first, which phrase to work on second, and so forth. So we can really get, very specific in what we need to do behind the scenes to get that particular website to rank for those 40 different keywords and phrases. And we can work on the most important first and the next most important. Once you know what these phrases are, you need to create original content where that content is in the text of that page. Of course, it has to be original. It has to have minimum 400 words. It has to comply with all of Google's rules. Plus, it can be there behind the scenes. So all the different tags that Google is reading that perhaps the naked eye doesn't notice, you have to make sure those relevant keywords and phrases are used.
I call that behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain.
It's kind of behind the curtain.
Exactly. And also backlinks, right? Other websites, when they link to you, they could also use those phrases and keywords, because then Google sees you as an expert in that topic. It's not just you saying this is what you are an expert in, it's all these other websites in their links saying you are an expert in that topic. Because Google's job is to give the best answer in milliseconds. So all these things, keywords, content, links, all these things help Google determine there are 300 dentists in your area who are trying to attract these patients, but you should be in that 5% who deserves 95% of the patients.
All this stuff to Google points to you.
Exactly. And we talked about it. Google makes $211 billion from ads. So they make it super hard for you to get free traffic. So these are some of the things you need to pay attention to as you try to dominate emergency dentistry.